What's going on, guys? Messi here and welcome to a brand new video and welcome to your daily dose of transfer gossip. And today it is going to be Friday the 24th of January. We have confirmed to go through as well as the rumours. So just before we get started, if you could do our good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. And finally, in the comment section below, who is your favourite cheap player in FIFA Ultimate Team history? I'm talking the likes of Ibarbo, Esvine, Emenike. Let me know your answer down below. So the first transfer today is going to be one for Lyon. They have completed the €15 million transfer of Tino Kadewere. They've loaned him straight back to French second division side Le Havre, and that will be for the rest of the season. And he signed a contract until June 2024. Celtic have signed midfielder Ismaila Soro from Beni Yehuda, and that's an undisclosed fee. I'm pretty sure he's never been on FIFA Ultimate Team, but he may be added in a couple months' time. We'll have to wait and see. Lecce have signed Italian midfielder Riccardo Saponara from Fiorentina as a loan deal until the end of the current campaign. An interesting one now from Gianluca Damasio is that Napoli have struck a deal with Inter Milan that's to sign Matteo Politano. It'll be an initial 18-month loan deal, but does include an obligation to buy at the end of it for €25 million. And they are trying to include a player in this deal because it looks like Fernando Llorente, he'll be going to Inter as part of the transfer as well. And it does look like Giroud's transfer to Inter will now collapse because of that. And something about the Politano deal that I forgot to mention from Corriere dello Sport is that despite agreeing a fee, he still wants to move to Roma instead. There are still a few details to finalise, but it's looking like Politano will be leaving Inter, and Inter are still going to be very busy in this transfer window. Sky Sports are saying the agent of Ukrainian defender Mykola Matvienko says that Arsenal are in talks with Shakhtar Donetsk over signing him. It looks like they are still trying to sign Jerome Boateng from Bayern Munich as well. So a centre-back, as you can see against Chelsea, their defence is horrific. So a centre-back is definitely a priority. David Luiz can be okay on his day, but he's very inconsistent and a pretty clumsy defender. And for Mustafi, the less said about him, the better. The next one comes from the Daily Mirror, and they're saying that West Ham are eyeing a move for Bournemouth's Ryan Fraser this summer. The 25-year-old will see his contract expire at the end of the season, and he will have plenty of suitors looking to land him on a free transfer. After a standout season last year where he got 14 assists for the Cherries, Fraser has just got 1 goal and 3 assists so far this campaign. A transfer that I mentioned yesterday looks very close to completion now according to Radio Rossonera. They're saying Dinamo Zagreb's attacking midfielder Dani Olmo is set to fly to Germany today, or yesterday for you guys. That's for a medical with RB Leipzig. The fee is thought to be around €20 million plus bonuses on top of that, but Sportske Novosti are saying Borussia Dortmund are trying to hijack the transfer. But apparently they're not really too reliable, and Leipzig, it looks more likely that will happen now, and fair play, it's a very good signing. Bayern Munich are interested in RB Leipzig defender Deo Upamecano, this according to Sky Sports Germany. The Bundesliga champions are said to see the 21-year-old Frenchman as the ideal long-term successor to Jerome Boateng, and it would be a great transfer. He's got so much potential, and he's already so good. A transfer that could well affect a road to the final card on FIFA Ultimate Team up next, and the story is according to Corriere dello Sport. They're saying Roma defender Juan Jesus has his heart set on a move to Fiorentina. The 28-year-old Brazilian has allegedly turned down offers from Turkey and elsewhere in Italy. However, it still remains to be seen whether a deal can be struck between the two clubs before the deadline. And if the transfer does go ahead, it means it is road to the final card in the Europa League right now. It would essentially become void, like no more upgrades, and it will stay as it currently is. A short one for the Daily Mail is that Borussia Dortmund are in talks with Italian giant Juventus, that's to sign midfielder Emre Can. It'll be around €30 million as a transfer fee, and he's a player that has been linked to a move away for a fair few months now. Borussia Dortmund are planning a €50 million summer move for Rennes' 17-year-old prodigy Eduardo Camavinga, and the source is going to be billed. He's a player that has impressed so much this season for the French outfit, but Dortmund will face a lot of competition from the likes of Real Madrid and pretty much every top European side. A story which popped up just a few minutes ago for me before recording this video is one from Sky Sports News as the first outlet. They're saying Inter have rejected a loan offer for Matthias Vecino from Manchester United. The Red Devils wanted the 28-year-old as a short-term replacement for Scott McTominay, but the two clubs were unable to agree on a final deal. And the reason I say it's interesting is because it leads into the next story from Damasio, and that is that Inter and Napoli are in discussions yet again regarding a swap deal. So that exchange would be Allen going to Inter and Vecino going to Napoli. As previously mentioned, the clubs are already in talks regarding Politano and Fernando Llorente, so they are currently on good terms. And it would mean that Allen's road to the final card would change to a Europa League card instead, but then switch to an Inter Milan badge, which, if you think about it, Inter have a very good chance of going far in the Europa League, especially compared to Napoli, say, in the Champions League. Dani Ceballos has asked Real Madrid to end his loan spell with Arsenal and to find him another club. This story is from Carousel Deportivo. He's dropped down the pecking order at the Emirates Stadium, and there were some speculation saying that because of Mikel Arteta coming in, he might be able to revive his Arsenal career, but so far it's not looking like that's going to happen. Football Insider have come out with an exclusive saying that Liverpool's recruitment chiefs have set their sights on Arsenal's rising star Gabriel Martinelli. Their recruitment team, led by Director of Football Michael Edwards, they're keeping tabs on the Brazilian forward. And he's a player that has been phenomenal for Arsenal in a season which has been very frustrating for them. He's a player they brought in the summer and really had no expectations coming along with that transfer, but he's hit the ground running. He's been scoring goals for fun in the Europa League, but more importantly starting to score a couple goals now in the Premier League, and most recently that goal against Chelsea. Obviously, he was very fortunate with Kante slipping, but his overall composure to carry the ball that far and then to slot it really nicely past Kepa, you've got to admire that. But the Daily Mail do say that Arsenal is set to triple Martinelli's wages. He's thought to be around £10,000 per week right now, and they're willing to offer him 3 times because of interest from the likes of Real Madrid and Barcelona. DC United had a representative in London on Tuesday that asked for a meeting with different players and agents. One of those players though did include Mesut Ozil. He is regarded as a dream target for the MLS side, and that was reported last August, but it seems the earliest they could get a deal done for him is January 2021. Barcelona have offered Juventus €10 million plus Ivan Rakitic for Federico Bernardeschi, but Juventus have rejected this because they want at least double that fee. The story is from Gianluca Damasio, and they suggested a couple days ago that they were in talks regarding a swap deal for the two players, but Barca will have to up their offer. A very short one from El Desmarque is that Liverpool are keen on signing Real Madrid midfielder Isco. The Spaniard will not be allowed to leave the Bernabeu for any less than around £59.1 million, and this is a story which hasn't really got too much backing about it. The reason I say this is because a couple days ago El Desmarque said that Chelsea wanted him. They seem to be linking different teams every few days. Chelsea are trying to sign Edinson Cavani on loan in January, but the Paris Saint-Germain striker's desire to join Atletico Madrid is likely to see the Blues miss out. Cavani is pushing to leave PSG in the winter window and is keen on joining Atletico Madrid, as I just mentioned. He is likely to sign a 2.5-year deal there, and he has been impressed with Diego Simeone's plan for him upon his arrival. Now, it's a transfer saga that I think will go down until the very last day of this transfer window, but it seems quite odd for Chelsea to want a loan deal for a player that has just 6 months left on his current contract. A story which came out yesterday is that West Ham United are interested in re-signing Marseille's Dimitri Payet. They want to do so before the window shuts, and the source is going to be L'Equipe. But Sky Sports did deny this story very quickly, saying West Ham are not interested in bringing him back. And it makes you think, Dimitri Payet when he was at West Ham, when he first joined, how good was he? He was unreal, unplayable at times. His free kicks, his solo runs, he was an incredible player to watch. But then unfortunately for West Ham, it turned very, very sour very quickly because he forced to move away in January 2017, might have been 2018, but either way, he forced his move away from the club. I can't really see them going back on that. Borussia Dortmund are eyeing Gremio's Everton and Sao Paulo's Antony to replace Jadon Sancho. That's if the winger does move on. The source is going to be Sport Bild, and they say Sancho has been linked to the likes of Real Madrid, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man United, and Dortmund are prepared to chase the Brazilian duo if a sale goes through. They haven't mentioned how much they'd have to pay for the pair, but Everton, when he was linked to Premier League side Everton, it was thought to be around 35 million euros. And now a story which kind of came out of nowhere, and that is going to be a new striker potentially going to Tottenham, and it looks like it could be fairly close to being finalised. So we've got 3 different stories. The first one though comes from Fabrizio Romano. He said Tottenham and Real Sociedad are in advanced talks for Willian Jose. Spurs are not going to pay the release clause of 70 million euros, and they are now talking to Real Sociedad about how much the fee would be. Cadena SER do say they'll pay just under 50 million euros for the Brazilian striker, and AS say he's set to travel to London tonight or tomorrow, so that's a day before for you guys. So by, Thursday for me, he might already be in London to undergo a medical. I mentioned a couple days ago how Lucas Podolski's exit from Vissel Kobe was confirmed, and he's now confirmed his next team. So he's joined Antalyaspor in Turkey on a free transfer. And then a very interesting story from the Daily Mirror is that Manchester United are working on bringing 35-year-old Carlos Tevez back to the club. It'll be a loan deal for the rest of the season because of the injury to Marcus Rashford, and he's currently back playing in Argentina with Boca Juniors. Is he their answer to their struggles? I'm not 100% convinced, but I imagine for the United fans at least, it'll be a nice little boost for them, especially given their rough patch right now. So I'm adding this part of the video very late on, but about 10 PM UK time, Sky Sports have just tweeted that Barca have made an inquiry about signing Christian Eriksen from Tottenham this month. Now, obviously, he's very close to a move to Inter Milan, and he would be a free transfer anyway in the summer transfer window if he stayed. But it looks like Barca want a creative player to bring in, even though they've loaned out Coutinho. I know that decision was made under different management and during the summer, but still, it seems like a bit of an odd transfer to me. Whether he goes to Inter or to Barca now, it looks like his time at Tottenham is definitely over. But that, guys, is going to be it for this video. So if you could do that good stuff by leaving a like rating, press the subscribe button if you're new, and press the bell notification next to it so you never miss an upload. Yes, this episode will be down below in the description box, and current schedule every day at 8 AM UK time will be a new transfer update. So thank you for watching this video, I'll see you next time.